All right, so we are back for another one of our Hero's Journey events here. We are going to be looking at JTR, or Ray Jedi Training. I know we messed with that a little bit with JTR, but we're going to take a look here. You need 5 characters for this event. Specifically, you need to have BB-8, you need Scavenger Ray, Finn, Veteran Smuggler, Han, and Chewbacca. Now, I'm a little bit above what is really required here. And I know the game says, gear 9, and that's actually very accurate. About gear 9 is the highest that you really need. As you can see, my BB-8 and my Scavenger Ray are a bit above what you'd be looking for, and that's because they specifically are meant to be a part of my JTR lineup later on. If we go ahead and take a look at what we have here, I currently have speed and crit damage on, or crit chance, I apologize, on BB-8 here. And if you're looking to go with the lower levels here, I still recommend the Omegas on here, but the Zeta is definitely not required. Speed is definitely of the essence for BB-8, so you want to have that, but you could probably go with Potency as your secondary set of mods. And then if we go ahead and go to Scavenger Ray, I've gone ahead and modded her with health here, just specifically because of the way the event is tailored. Otherwise, there is better sets. Crit damage and crit chance is really the way you're going to want to go outside of this event. Because just like CLS, you only have a couple characters you can use at a time. Having the extra survivability is really nice. As you see, I've got the Omegas on here, no Zeta, really not required. Let's see, and then we've got Finn. I've gone ahead and gone with speed and some health. He's your tank, so you do want him to survive. I've got the speed on there specifically because of my HSTR runs, but if you wanted to just tank him out, some defense and some health, that's really the way you want to go. He's relatively slow at 169 speed, so you don't need anything too fast. And if we go ahead and look at my smugglers, I have not touched them since I actually unlocked this a couple years back. I've got speed and I've got health for smuggler Chewbacca. Nothing, again, too crazy. 191 speed, that's really not breaking the bank there. Omegas, again, are really important, but not necessarily required, but I do recommend them. Same here. I don't even have the Omegas on Han. So you can see really that you don't need to do much with them. Once you get them to 7-star, you're basically just ready to roll. I've gotten some potency on him, some health, just for survivability purposes. I just want him to survive the event. He's really slow, 156. But you don't need a lot for some of these earlier events. So let's go ahead and give this an initial run. So you do need to make sure that you have everyone ready to go. Finn is our only leader for the Resistance at this time. Basically when this event came out. So he's going to be your leader for all of the events here. So let's go ahead and open her up. And we're going to go ahead and start off on Jakku. I usually try to get Illuminated Destiny if I can help it. Your main enemy in most of this is going to be your riot control stormtroopers. And these guys are going to be able to give protection up. So these are going to be your kill order specific tunes to kill. You want those to go down. Your stormtroopers are going to go ahead and do their thing and then taunt and whatnot. But at the end of the day, they're just more annoying than anything else. So always kill off the riot gentleman first. Let's see. I mean, you go pretty quick here. And the Resistance faction is high damage. Maybe not so much as the Rebels, but they are still high damage tunes. So you can walk through this pretty quickly. Probably the biggest thing here is just to know is that you're going to get a lot of protection up as you go through this. So survivability is really going to be your best friend as you go through this event. So we've gone ahead and we've gone through Jakku here. And now we've gone ahead and we've met up with the vets. So just like in the movie, we're meeting up with them. And we are past Maz Kanata. And we're going to, once again, really look to try to get rid of that riot control. Stunning him helps a lot to try to make sure he doesn't give that protection up that we don't want to see happen. And there we go. That's going to be the annoying taunt. So we're stuck doing what we got to do here. You got your tank, so you're going to let Finn take all of the additional damage so that your glass individuals, like the smugglers, I mean, however they're old, you know, they are a little frail, so, you know, you kind of go with the punches here. So we can actually use Furious Blow, which is going to give the Dispel all buffs on them. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that taunt. There we go. So now we can go back over to our riot control. See, he's just gonna keep buffing everybody. And one other thing that you can do is, if you're not as geared as I am here, is you can actually save those the extra move from Chewbacca to get rid of that protection that the riot control stormtroopers are giving. So sometimes it's better to save it. So there we go. We're gonna just start really taking them down. As you can see, everyone's just getting exposed. That's gonna help out your damage. I might as well just go ahead and take care of the commander here. He's nothing special. And there we go. So the first few tiers, just like CLS, are really easy. You know, a lot of people start having some more trouble a little bit later on. They're not used to needing the extra that you kind of needed, that you really didn't need from CLS. So it's just a harder version of a CLS, essentially, in my opinion. So, taking out the riot control. The faster he goes down, the faster that you can just go ahead and finish this up. That's really the only annoying part of this entire thing. So there we go. Got some first order officers, and just like in the game, he doesn't do much. So all right, where are we on tier 3? So now that you've got 4 of these riot controls, you really want to focus on one at a time. No one's more special than the other, but they're gonna work together. So you can see we went ahead and removed that extra protection. We're going to let Finn do his tanking because he's not really a damage dealer to begin with. So that's not the end of the world. See, there we go. They're just adding more crud there. And if you haven't realized, our surroundings is actually part of Starkiller Base, which is pretty cool to kind of see these other world areas here. So we've gone ahead and we've use the force, as Finn would say, and are trying to get in here and take care of and save our friend. So there we go. We've got some protection up, and what we can do is I'm gonna try to go after Phasma. I don't want her doing her AoE, so if we can get her, oh man, we got the taunt. So sometimes it works out well, sometimes it doesn't, but he's not getting the protection up, so that's great. You know, we just want to make sure we can take him out as soon as possible. There we go. He's getting the protection up now. There we go. He's done. And more anything else, it's just everyone just keeps on getting that protection up. So the event isn't exactly hard. It's just that it takes a little time while they keep healing themselves. Which is never fun. See, he just keeps on adding that crap. So, there we go. We stunned him. Boom. And, well, yep. Who's in charge now, Phasma? He says. So, that's kind of fun. So, let's see. So, now that we've gone ahead and, remind me later, 4.5 years of this game, or 4 years, and they're still asking me to get those stupid pushes. So now we are on tier 5. We went ahead and we found Rey, and sadly, this is the hard part for me, is that they don't show Han dying, which is, that would have been great, kind of following in suit with the CLS event. But we're just going to go ahead and fight our way out as, the Chewie's got the bombs in place. So it's just like watching the movie, which is pretty cool. Let's see, go ahead and get some buffs in there. Nothing too crazy. And if you're following the kill order that I've got going on here, you should have some very positive success. Just trying to make sure that you're getting the characters that are giving those additional buffs out of the way. Because, again, it's not that it's hard, it's just time-wise. It just takes a little time, some maneuvering around. And you can see that most of the time, yes, my scavenger ray is, above and beyond what it needs to be. But even shooting the vets, it just looks like it tickles. So you don't have to worry too much. As long as you've modded for, specifically for survivability, you're in a good spot. It's pretty awesome how that works. Because some of the events later on are pretty intense on how that works. So, there we go. We got another... Oh, Chewie's not doing so well. But let's go ahead and taunt. Let Chewie survive, and there we go. And these are the damage dealers that are your first order TIE fighter pilots. So it's not that necessarily you need to worry too much about them, because when they're unbuffed, they're still little glass cannons, as we would call them, just like as the same kit that we have in the actual game. So we've gone ahead and we've done our tier 5. We got tier 6 here, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So if for any reason you have not seen the movie, sorry about the text from my mom there. If you haven't seen the movie, stop, watch the movie, and I'm trying to figure out why you're playing a Star Wars game. So let's go ahead and keep going. And oh yeah, Kylo is not done with us yet. Look at that. He's a monster. So let's go ahead and really try to hit him as hard as we can. This is great here. So we're going to go ahead and boom. Look at that. Oh, even though he taunted, notice that he taunted, and suddenly he was still able to ignore that taunt and to still take down Rey there. So there we go. Man, it's just it's not going, this is not boding well. Look at that. You can see every time that Finn is hitting him, he's not actually getting hurt. And that's just weird, right? This kind of reminds you of maybe another event that we've played. And oh, there he went. What do we got here? We've got use the Force and face Kylo. What does that mean? So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And oh shit, here we go. So once again, you can see this is another sacrifice opportunity here. And we're going to go ahead and go to the last battle here. And we just have Rey. No leader ability, nothing like that. So I wonder how we're going to do. So you need a teacher. I can show you the ways of the Force. There we go. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a look. We've got her leverage, deal physical damage to a target enemy. In addition, Rey gains foresight for 2 turns if she doesn't have any positive status effects, and offense up for 3 turns if she does. Or we can go ahead and use her basic. And that's just dealing physical damage to the target enemy with 25% chance to gain foresight. Let's go ahead and just use her special. And there we go. We've got some foresight in there. Oh, and he misses. Oh, Kylo, all your training. And he's just not doing too well. In fact, this kit is pretty similar to that of the actual character, which if you've followed along and you've done exactly as I've kind of instructed here, you've just unlocked yourself Jedi Training Rey. So I want to be the first to congratulate you if this is your first unlock, or however it goes there. So I apologize that you're not going to be able to get that 3rd star on tier 6 unless you happen to have already relicked your characters and happen to somehow one-shot. I've seen it on Reddit. But otherwise, I do want to thank all of my viewers here, and if you like the video, feel free to subscribe or to just give it a like. Either way, doesn't bother me. I do these just specifically to try to get you guys through as much as I can. So I want to thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.